Hello and welcome. This is Katie. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm excited to be back with another project for Maker Forte. Today we're going to create our own glimmer paste. And there's a couple ways that we can do this. The first is the super simple way, and that is just coloring your Nouveau glimmer paste in Moonstone because it's like a white clear paste. And then there's a couple of supplies that I'm going to show you later in the video that you can use that create your own glimmer paste. And so the supplies we're going to start with is the Tonic Studios Nouveau Glimmer Paste in Moonstone. And then the ink colors I'm going to use are the Color Hive Inks in Bubblegum, Flamingo, Tiptree Jam, Blue Moon, and Welsh Dragon, and Tartan Teal. And then we've got the new Hexagon Burst stencil, this released new for the month of April. And then we've got a little palette knife and some heavyweight white cardstock that's measuring 4 by 5 1/4. So using a little bit of the Scotch Delicate Surfaces tape, I'm going to adhere my cardstock down to my stencil and then ink smush a little bit of the Blue Moon ink and then mix in some of the Moonstone Glimmer Paste. Now, what's great about the Moonstone Glimmer Paste is it's clear, and so you can color it whatever color that you want. And I find that instead of buying a bunch of different colors of the but different colors of the glimmer paste, I buy a bunch of the Moonstone, and that way I can color it whatever color I want. Now, let's say you don't have the Moonstone Glimmer Paste. Once we get into the middle of the video, I'm going to show you the supplies that you need for that, so just hang tight. But first, we started off with coloring the Moonstone Glimmer Paste in Blue Moon. Now I'm coming in with the Welsh Dragon, and the color variation is so subtle, but that's what makes a great ombre effect, is you don't have such stark transitions in color. And next up, I'm going to use some Tartan Teal. And this color combination is great for masculine cards. Even though it's glittery, the color combination is really, really nice. And now I don't clean off my palette knife in between, or, I just mix all the colors together. And it's just such a pretty teal blue-green color. Now, the other thing I like about the Color Hive inks for this type of technique is that you don't lose the vibrancy of these colors. Sometimes when you mix your colors with other things, they soften a bit, but you don't have that happen here, mixing them in the Moonstone Glimmer Paste, which is great. So now I'm going to come in and we're going to do like a pinky panel. And so I've got some Bubblegum, Flamingo, and Tiptree Jam. The Tiptree Jam is there in the middle. And I'm just taping my panel down to my stencil and taking a little bit of the Moonstone Glimmer Paste out and putting it next to each color. And I didn't use enough paste for any of the colors, so I end up taking the leftover mix of the Blue Moon, Welsh Dragon, and Tartan Teal to put on the bottom portion of this panel. If I had to do it again, because really this was kind of an experiment to see how everything would look together, I would either do a little bit more of the Tiptree Jam, because that's the very last color, or I would throw in a little bit of Telephone Box, and these would make perfect Valentine backgrounds. So first up was the Bubblegum, and it just keeps that really pretty soft pink. Then we're coming in with the Flamingo, and last here we're putting in the Tiptree Jam. And I tell you, these Color Hive inks are just fantastic. I love the versatility of them, and it's an investment when you get ink pads, but it's worth it for these. I definitely can say that because of all the different techniques that, just the last few months I've shown you that we can use these ink pads for, and it just keeps growing. So here's our panels. And as you can see, I did that little bit of blue there on the bottom, and it's okay, but a red, that Telephone Box would be perfect. But here I'm showing you need the Gloss Heavy Gel or the Ranger Transparent Gloss Medium, and then just some like white glitter. And that's going to create your own DIY glimmer paste. Now we're going to put our panels together. I die cut the word celebrate. This is just a word die that I had in my stash. It happens to be from Neat and Tangled. I die cut that 3 times out of some heavyweight white cardstock to layer that up and give it dimension. And then the shadow is just a piece of foil cardstock that I had in my stash. And I am putting a block on that. I really want that liquid glue to adhere to the Glimmer paste. And this is the Maker Forte You Suck at Aging stamp set. And I'm inking that up in some Eclipse black ink. And I do have, I didn't use my Misty for this, but I found that if you have like a thick stack of paper, a magazine, some sort, I'm using my little guide for my Sizzix switch to give you some cushion. You're going to get great impressions. You don't need a Misty necessarily. And so here I'm just adding my panel to my card base, which is a side folding A2 size card base, and that is our inside sentiment. And here's our 2 cards. And that's going to wrap it up, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Be sure and check the description box below and check out the Facebook group for Maker Forte. That is the Crafter Party. Share your makes. We love to see what you guys are creating. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next video.